Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Welcome back to the show that never ends. My name is Rod, and it's a, Thursday night? And I meant to do this weekend, I meant to do this video this past weekend. In fact, I filmed it Saturday, and I didn't like it. I didn't like the way it came out. And I tried it again Monday, but I was really tired, and so I just put it off. Originally, I was going to do it about the brand new Gary Clark Jr. album. I had pre-ordered it, and I got it in the mail Saturday. Anyway, we're going to talk a little bit about that. Comes with a little insert with the song listings and a nice picture of Gary Clark at his ranch in Texas. It's a 2-record set on classic black vinyl. It came with this type of sleeve, and I don't like the paper sleeves. It's a nice sleeve, but I don't prefer them for my good records, so I'll save this if I ever get an album at Goodwill that doesn't have one, or find one in a flea market that doesn't have one. But I replaced it with these nice ones, man. It's only like $20 for 50 of them. And if you don't use something like this, I really suggest maybe checking it out. But anyway, it's a 2-record set. In fact, I am going to do a record drop, I think. I'm going to put this on pause. I'm going to set up the record, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. I told you, just be a second. But again, this is Gary Clark Jr. The name of the album is This Land, and the name of the song is This Land. And there is profanity in it. That's why I didn't want to post it Saturday. I deleted that video. He does drop the F-bomb a few times in it. And he says the N-word. But I'm not the one saying it. He is. He is an African-American man, and he's trying to make a point about how life was for him growing up in the South. This song's about, he bought some land in Texas. He was out there cooking out, and he had a Model T. The guy always wanted a Model T. And he bought one. He's out there, and a neighbor saw him and called the cops on him. So he wrote this song about it. I'll turn it up a little bit. I hope y'all can hear it. Double record set, gatefold album. Don't have the lyrics on it, but it has a song listing. Sheila E. plays drums on this album, which is really cool. Doyle Bramhall II is also on a few songs. Doyle Bramhall Sr. was a phenomenal musician. His son Doyle Bramhall II is as well. Solid album. Has some rock on here. He has a song that sounds like the Ramones. Dirty Dish Blues, a phenomenal song. Some of it reminds you of Prince. Some of his slower stuff reminds me of Lenny Kravitz. Then he rocks out. I mean, just like Texas blues rock. Some of it reminds me of the Bad Brains. If anyone's familiar with the Bad Brains. So, it's Gary Clark Jr. I give it 4 stars, man. 4 stars out of 5. I saw him on Stephen Colbert last month, and as soon as it was over, I got on the computer and I pre-ordered it. I liked his last 2 albums. This is a little different. I'll turn it down now. This was a little different than his last couple. It's like he's experimenting more, letting out some of his other musical taste, which is a really good thing, man. Anyway, I wanted to share that with you. And again, I was really debating about playing this or not. He was on TV, Saturday Night Live, and he played it, did a real good job. He was on one of the Talking Head show earlier this week, and he didn't do this song. I can't think of which one he did, but he's killing it, man. Gary Clark Jr. is a phenomenal guitar player. And real quick, I want to throw a few shout outs. The vinyl community has been really good to me. I can't believe I've got, you know, the subscribers I have and people watch this video. I know I really enjoy watching videos more so than I do making videos. And here's a shout out to just some of the ones that I listen to. Oddbox Topper. I'm glad you're back, Oddbox. It was a good video tonight. Check him out. He made a great score this week and had a box of really cool albums. Oddbox Topper. Robert Z. Man, you gotta watch Robert Z. I love your contest. I'm not participating in the February one. I just can't do it, man. But it's a cool contest. Robert Z. Randall Weaver. This cat is from Nashville, and he has phenomenal taste in music. He's very, very laid back, and the stuff he pulls out blows my mind. It goes from psychedelic rock to jazz. Just, the guy has been around music a long time. You could tell just by the way he talks. I really enjoy it. You learn from this guy. I mean, he really do. So if you haven't seen any of Randall Weaver's videos, please check him out, because he is definitely cool. Sub to him and you'll learn something. Vinylverse, love you. Ron Haggerty, great videos. Tunes from the Man Cave. Every time I watch Tunes from the Man Caves, I want to drink a beer, which is a good thing. I mean, a beer is good for you, right? But he's another guy who's very informative. Tunes from the Man Cave guy, keep it up. Jessie Jean. I just recently discovered her, Jessie Jean. I really dig your videos. And the last one I want to mention, there's a lot more. I can't mention them all. Vinyl Lava, I hope I'm saying it right. Vinyl Lava, who's pretty new to the vinyl community, I think. I like your videos, keep it up. And there's so many, man. Jeff Kempton, I could go on. And I'm going to, in another video, mention some more. But anyway, I showed you guys these white sleeves that, you know, albums come in that I don't like, and I replace them with the good ones. But like I said, the white ones that are decent, I save. And, you know, I said I put them in here. When I get these things, man, I tear them up. And if I don't have a good one, I'll let it, you know, have this one. But I definitely prefer the good ones. And this is not a sponsor, man. I just want to show y'all. For 20 bucks, man, you get these awesome sleeves for the inserts, I should say, for the record. You can also get sleeves from this company. Anyway, I thought I'd share that with you. Another album I picked up yesterday is this creepy thing. And when I saw this, I thought of Value Vinyl. I really did. I don't know why. It's Taboo 2, The Exotic Sounds of Arthur Lyman. It is kind of a jazzy thing. It's not in the best shape. But like Steve from Value Vinyl says, all vinyl lives matter. This is just creepy. And the most embarrassing thing is, it was in my booth at the antique shop. A lot of you know, I have a little booth about 8 by 8 at an antique shop in Clinton, Tennessee. And I buy in bulk a lot of times. And the owner, he puts his records there because he's letting me have the booth rent-free, which is awesome. Craig, thank you. And for having it rent-free, I sell some of his, and I found that down there, and I just had to bring it in and show it to you. It was embarrassing because I didn't know it was there. But anyway, and the antique shop is in Clinton, Tennessee. East Tennessee is where we're at. The guy has 3 floors of a 5-story building that he has packed with antiques, and a cafe, and a real cool coffee shop, real laid back. And he was cool enough to let me use a portion of his basement, man. So If you're ever in that area, man, come on by and say hi. Again, show you the Gary Clark. Excuse me, please. Show you what I made this evening. I was bored, and I've been seeing these balls for a couple years. People have these balls for sale, and I had an old John Lennon album hanging on my wall, and I decided to make my own. So I snuck and got my wife's casserole dish. I put it on top of it at 250 just for a couple minutes, and it started getting real soft, and I kind of pushed it down. 5 minutes at about 250, 300. And they sell these things on like an Amazon and eBay for 20 bucks. I got one for free. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I guess I could keep my keys and my inhaler in it. And anyway, it was kind of fun. I thought I'd share it with you. I did not waste a good album to do it. It was one that was trashed. And speaking of that, I'm going to do a mini room tour. Not really a room tour, but these album covers on the wall, I did not waste an album to do that. Every one of those either did not have an album, or the album was beyond repair, maybe broken or warped. And like I said, I buy in lots. It never fails. You can ask anybody, man. Noble Records will probably tell you. There's always going to be like an empty album cover in a box for some reason. And I take those and boom. And I'm not as big as Noble Records. That dude's got thousands. I've got 100 or 2. But anyway, that's what I do with the album covers. I decorate my walls with them. And the albums that are beyond repair, I'll hang them up. Or now, make bows. Yeah. Put your keys in there. I guess you could even put chips in there if you clean it. But I thought I'd share this with you. It was kind of a fun little project. I'm really bored tonight. My granddaughter's not here. My daughter and her husband, they moved out last week. And you know, they have a little girl, my granddaughter, and they all 3 lived here. And it's the first time in 27 years, man, that we don't have kids in the house. For real. I mean, one kid moves out, but one stayed, and the one would move back, and then she moved in with her family. But it's nice having an empty nest. This is me and my lovely wife. But you get bored, you know what I'm saying? So I'm rambling on this video, and the point was, that's why I made the ball. I was just a bored old man, I guess. Guys, if you like the video, give me a thumbs up, please. If you don't like it, man, I don't know what to tell you. If you haven't subbed yet, you know, please sub. We all got to support each other. And earlier today, I was watching the Odd Box Topper, and he mentioned trolls, and he said that's why he stopped for a little period of time, like a month, right? One of the reasons was people trolling. Guys, why do you got to do it, man? If you're that bored with yourself or that unhappy with yourself, man, meditate, pray about it, go out and get a hobby. You ain't got to mess with people, dude. It's not cool, man. It's bad karma. Anyway, I had a guy trolling me, and I had mentioned I was in radio. And he commented, yeah, you've got the face for it. You know, funny, haha. That line actually came from Bob Hope. Way back in the 40s, he said it to some other comedian. He's like, yeah, you got the face for radio. So when you're in that job, you hear that joke a lot. But, you know, it's not cool. It didn't hurt my feelings. I just went on with it. And yeah, trolling sucks, guys, man. You don't have to knock people. If you don't like their video, don't watch the video. It's that simple. Peace. Y'all be good to each other. This is the only life and the only world we get, man. See you next time.